After 4 months, again, here I am. Welcome back to my channel. If you're an OG, I truly appreciate you for bearing my inconsistency, but that's fine. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about the books that I hope to read before the year ends. Keep in mind that these are just hopefuls, so obviously I'm not going to go through all of them. I am on book 11 towards my reading goal, which was 15 this year, and I'm pretty proud of myself. These books I've been thinking about during my previous reads, so I feel like I just need to scratch that itch. The semester is kicking my ass. Oh my god, the semester is kicking my ass. I haven't been able to read much. I continued this on August. I say continue because I actually started this in December last year. But for some circumstances, I didn't finish it. So now I picked it up in August. But it's what I've been reading. We're in October now. I can't wait to finish this because first, it's so good. And second of all, I want to get to my other I am dying to get to my other reads, not because I want to accomplish the goal of the year, because that's not the point of reading. Obviously, it's not a competition. I know that I'm missing out on so many other great reads because of school. How dare I want to pursue an education? Anyway, so yeah, I am currently reading Crown of Midnight, but after I'm done with that, I am either going to continue with The Assassin's Blade. I know a lot of people prefer to read it before the whole series. You're joking! We're going outside, and believe it or not, it's hot as a bitch. A lot of people have been talking about how they preferred to read this before the whole series, or how they prefer to read it in order of release, or I don't know if they prefer to read this after Heir of Fire. I don't remember. Anyways, the point is that I think I'm gonna read them in order of release. Like, I'm gonna read this after Crown of Midnight. I'm not sure if this was released after Crown of Midnight. Please correct me. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna read it like right after. I don't know, depending on how Crown of Midnight ends. And if I'm still in the mood, then I will. Another one I might read, or would like to read, is My Vampire Plus One by Jenna Levine. I read My Roommate is a Vampire, and I thought it was so funny. And I love vampire romances, especially when it's a rom-com, because usually vampire romances are supposed to be so dark and serious, and there's like a whole vampire system going on, if that makes sense. But this one, it's just silly. It was such a I hate them. I hate them. The blurb, it says, nothing sucks more than fake dating a vampire in this paranormal romantic comedy. So after Amelia, that's her name, Amelia meets Reginald, she decides that he's perfect for her purposes. He's a bit strange, but that's fine. It'll discourage tough questions from her family. And it certainly doesn't hurt that he's very handsome. So yeah, I'm reading the blurb because I bought this last year, I think it was, and earlier this year, and I forgot what it was even about. So that's there you have it. The next one I definitely will read, like I know, is Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. My little pet peeve about this author is that, at least in the first book, I hate how wholesome moments were sexualized like pretty quickly. I need some actual yearning. This is her second book in her Knockmount series. I don't know how you pronounce that. I am so sorry. But this one is instead about Knox's brother, who happens to be police chief. So we're gonna have him and another character who also moved into town in the last book. I don't know what to expect from this book because Nash seems more of a golden retriever. Not golden retriever, but oh my god, not me talking about hating tropes and I'm just putting him in a box. I feel like the baddie is the female lead, Lena. I think she was pretty cool in last book, so I don't have any expectations for this book, so I'm just gonna walk in and enjoy it because I think Lucy Score is a pretty funny author, so I most definitely want to read this because the one I'm actually most excited about is the last one because I need to know about what happens between the librarian and Lucian. I think it was his name. Lucian, whatever. I need to know. I feel like any character who happens to work in a bookstore or a librarian, I love them. I love them because I aspire to be a librarian myself. So it's like they're speaking to me, you know. So I think the reason I'm excited to go through this one is so I can read the third one, if I'm honest. Another one I may or may not read this before the year ends, but I hope so, is My Funny Demon Valentine. My boyfriend bought me this one at Half Price Books. And I'm gonna tell you something. Half Price Books is like probably one of the best stores I've ever seen. We don't have stores like Half Price Books that I know of in Puerto Rico. So when I went to Texas and my boyfriend bought me this one, I was so happy because we got this one with sprayed edges. Instead of $20, we got it for $10. I'm just gonna read a little bit of the back because I also don't remember much what it was about. Yikes. Asmodeus, Prince of Hell, just wants to make music, jazz specifically. Unfortunately, he's a demon and he's supposed to be evil. I think he gets called by Ash because it just says that he's sick of playing by the rules. Ash and his three brothers escape hell in search of freedom on Earth. So just by reading that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I hate the trend of sprayed edges, but you have to admit that this is beautiful. This is fantastic. Probably that was the first thing that caught my attention besides the hot pink. I think it's a beautiful book, so I hope that it lives up to the actual content inside. There are other 2 books that I'm missing, but I don't have with me physically yet. And one of them is Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Maz. I read Blood of Hercules during the spring this year. It took me so long to get through it, but I loved it so much. The female main character, she was not a bitch. She was not annoying. And I love that. And she was actually funny. I kind of like imagine her as a female version of Deadpool. So her book comes out next week, if I'm not mistaken. No, not this week, the next one. And it ended in a sort of a cliffhanger. No, it didn't end in a cliffhanger. Well, it kind of did. I'm gonna say it did because the way it left me, I just needed the next one ASAP. And it was supposed to be released in April, I think it was, but they pushed it to October. So now I am more ready than ever. So if I'm not reading The Assassin's Blade, I'm gonna be reading Bonds of Hercules, no questions. If you don't know about Blood of Hercules, it's about a girl who happens to have Spartan blood, and obviously because of that they force her to participate in some trials. Classic, but this time it's not like your typical ACOTAR trials. Like they send her to like a school with other kids also trying to compete and yada yada yada. You know, they need to survive, some of them die, and these are just kids. Like it's kind of crazy, but I think I thought it was very interesting. And then here we have the should we call it a harem, like a reverse harem, because we have four amazing characters, and it just makes you think, why choose? So the author has this poll constantly going on, like, oh, are you team professor or team mentors? And I'm just like, the four of them, babes, like, piece of for real. The last one but not least that I will definitely read for Christmas is gonna be The Christmas Tree Farm. This is from the Pumpkin Spice Cafe series by Laurie Gilmore, I think it was. A lot of people are complaining that they were overly hyped up. They're all right, but I enjoyed reading them. I enjoyed them because they're pretty quick reads and you just don't have to think much. I don't always have the energy for heavy books, so it's a nice palate cleanser. Like, I eat them up fast. Even if the plots are kind of silly, I enjoy them. I have yet to say a bad thing about this author. And the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, I liked it more than the first one, obviously because the main character was a bookstore owner. So I kind of related with her in some aspects too. So I'm very excited to read The Christmas Tree Farm. I'm probably gonna read it during my Christmas vacations, so I'm very excited for that. So that'll be it for this video. I don't think I'm gonna read all of these. It'll be pretty unrealistic, so I will try to at least get to my 15 book reading goal. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've read any of these books and you have any positive comments, please let me know, because I need a push to actually follow through with these books, because you already know that I don't have a consistent, you already know that I don't stick to my TBRs. Let's be honest. Like, my first YouTube video ever was my January TBR, and I had Throne of Glass in there, and I didn't read it until last year. I want to let you know that I am active on my Instagram again, but more casually, because I am tired of the pressure that comes with trying to build a following on Bookstagram. But to be fair, I don't want a fan base. I want a community. I want people to yap to about the books that we read, So yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower because I'm stinky and sweaty and pissed off. I'll see you guys in the next one, hopefully with another reading update by the end of the year. So yeah, bye.